My name is Elena Jean, and I'm a documentary filmmaker based in British Columbia.
We're pretty lucky in BC to be surrounded by so much wildlife and wild spaces. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done in order to keep it that way. Personally, I have a bit of an affinity for wildlife conservationists, I think, because after so many years of filming wildlife conservationists, it's become clear to me that they are absolute badasses. In large part because the work they do is really hard, and it's often not that glamorous either. Today we're going to learn about a very important species of owl, the northern spotted owl. And we're going to learn about the conservationist work behind the northern spotted owl breeding program. Let's go check out what they do.
This is Jasmine, coordinator for the Northern Spotted Owl breeding program. She has a firm handshake, a cool owl toque, and right away she made me feel super welcome.
So this is where we eat lunch, where we prepare the owls' food, look at the camera footage, and return emails, fundraising, grant writing, all of that fun stuff. Track the owls' behaviors here, so we have all the behaviors that we're looking for. And then on the side here is all of the pairs. Our goal is to have 10 breeding pairs, but you can see here that we're not quite there yet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wait, hold up. This is all really interesting, Jasmine, but what actually is a northern spotted owl?
The northern spotted owl is an old growth dependent species that's in Canada only found in a very small portion of south coastal BC.
So how often do they move around? Usually just hanging out there all day?
So yeah, they're sit and wait predators, which means that they mostly just sit and wait. Sammy, for example, is always here, like that's his spot. So there's 31 owls here. I could probably tell you where everyone is sitting. Historically, there were about 1,000 spotted owls found in Canada, and that number is now down to maybe 5. So the idea of the breeding program was to breed individuals here in captivity to release into protected forests. They're very predictable, but nighttime is when they're most active.
Right, they are nocturnal.
They're not diurnal, so they're going to be sitting there throughout the day, and then when we feed them around 5 o'clock, we'll see activity starting at sunset.
Okay.
So. In the wild, the owls would naturally eat flying squirrels, so we aren't able to give them their traditional foods. So for now, we're breeding rats and mice. The rats are a lot of work, so this room is actually where we spend most of the time.
Do you do this every day?
It's probably about 4 hours of work a day in here. 4 hours of work. Yeah.
I imagine you're desensitized at this point.
Yes, for sure. We provide really good care to these rats in here. Like, this is just as important for animal care to take care of the prey as it is for the predator. So, and he just pooped.
After getting pooped on by a rat, we went to learn about a very important aspect of the breeding program. The incubation period. We had to take our shoes off before going inside.
It takes about 4 days to hatch. So it goes from like a tiny little crack to like an egg splits open completely, and the chick is about this big, about 30 grams, tiny little thing. So at that point, when the chick is starting to hatch, we actually are here 24/7. So
wow.
Yeah, we artificially incubate the eggs because we can actually increase the number of eggs produced each year. So we can take care of her eggs and give her the opportunity to lay 2 more. When she's done her second clutch, her first clutch chicks are hatched and ready to go back to her. Their eyes are closed for the majority of the hand raising time, but when their eyes start to open and their ears start to open, we don't want them to imprint on us. We want to make sure that they know they're an owl. So we actually put them in this, which is one-wood glass, and they can see a reflection of themselves. And then we also play owl sounds for them too, and nature sounds.
There's all these different levels of challenge that comes with this kind of work. So what is it for you that keeps you stoked to keep coming back to work every day?
I think what for me is the most exciting thing is coming out here and seeing the owls every day and being able to contribute in some small way to biodiversity conservation and hopefully inspiring somebody. So like one day, you know, I might have an intern coming through who's like, I remember a presentation with you guys and then I always wanted to work with you, and that could happen. Because I was that kid who would go home and tell my parents about the owl I saw, and now here I am with the owls too.
So if someone was really interested in potentially doing this kind of work in the future, would you have any advice for them?
I think the biggest thing for me is just being open-minded and teachable. Volunteering is a really great way to get your foot in the door, and you know, there's different avenues of conservation. So some people might be raising baby owls, but the people who are going out and doing the surveying of the land or the community engagement side of things, all of that kind of builds together to make a really great conservation program.
I learned so much from Jasmine and the team. I think what I was most moved by was just seeing the degree of passion and initiative necessary to do the work that they do. It's a lot of sleepless nights, it's a lot of cleaning up poop, and it's a lot of patience. But they're there on the front lines trying to make a difference, and I think that is what really counts.